The United States Capitol
Hey,
Building,
most of my
the home
classes
of
watch
American
this,
democracy and
but
global symbol of freedom, is one of the
it's
most
been a couple of
recognizable
weeks.
buildings in the world. The Capitol Building itself reflects the history of America, growing and evolving with the nation since its first cornerstone was laid. The person first credited with the title of architect of the Capitol was Dr. William Thornton. His design for the Capitol was selected by President George Washington in 1793 to be built atop Jenkins Hill. On September 18, 1793, President George Washington laid the cornerstone, but due to the challenges of acquiring the materials and the skilled labor to build the Capitol, by August 1796, the commissioners were forced to focus the entire work effort on the building's north wing so that it could be ready for government occupancy. Even with the focus on the north wing, some third-floor rooms were still unfinished when the Congress, the Supreme Court, the Library of Congress, and the courts of the District of Columbia were moved into the building in 1800.
So in 1800, let's get this out of here. The whole government moved into this one wing: the Library of Congress, the Supreme Court, the House and the Senate. Of course, the country was smaller. It was still a swamp, Washington, D.C., all dirt roads and construction going on. It was a mess. The White House was started, but it wasn't. There was no windows in the bottom floor. There was no stairs. When Adams moved there and moved into the White House, he was kind of upset about it. And Abigail was really ticked because they were plastering, so they had it was summer and they were plastering the walls, and they had all the fireplaces going full blast to try to dry the plaster, and it was kind of miserable, an unfinished building. If you've ever had construction going on in your house, you know what it's kind of like to live in a house where there's all the dust from people working on stuff, and it's kind of it's irritating. But it was really not ready for everyone to move there, but they wanted to get out of Philadelphia at that time. They had the original temporary capital was New York City. They moved to Philadelphia and to police some of the southern states, and they just wanted to get the capital out of the within another state, Pennsylvania. This land was donated by Virginia and Maryland, and it was not owned by any state. It was owned by the federal government. That's why it's called the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. Yeah,